Hello, I am Paraskevi, and this is my new poetry book, A Year with 3 Seasons, and I would like to read a few poems to you. Tonight I fall silent. Tonight I fall silent, closed in a cell, a captive of thoughts and a prisoner of beliefs. Thoughts of iron are rising around me, and again the world seems more unfair and smaller, harder to understand. Tonight I fall silent. I have nothing left to give. I judge not, nor am I judged. And so with me the birds fall silent too, and the black cricket in the garden sits on a leaf. The wind silences the foliage, and the moon gazes at the world a bit more woeful. One would say it is the face of sorrow, my own, of the neighbor, of the stranger, of the woman in the city, of the man looking for his lost life at sea, and feeling the saltiness of his breath. So many encounters, so many farewells this fateful moon has witnessed. Tonight I fall silent. Nobody acquires a face, and even God seems mortal. My ink has dried. The world I wrote of is destroyed by barbarians. I could swear it. May this sad moon be my witness. Surreal reality. The clock reads 4 in the afternoon, but the streets are dark and deserted as if it were midnight. The souls of the departed have already flooded the streets, and the stars dim their lights for them to go unnoticed. The truth is dancing on the table, next to empty bottles of wine and hope. Our bodies and souls meet, naked, undisguised, and our memory begins its journey slowly, just like the trains that separate skies and people. Wayfarers look into each other's eyes and hush, but their silence is different. A mutual agreement against evil, a unanimous acknowledgement and renunciation of injustice, which thrives in our beautiful world. A silent conversation, like the times that our eyes agreed to keep our mouths shut, but our souls were screaming with wrath, dynamically, coordinated. The old house at the end of the street tilts to one side, carrying the weight of the years, holding the sorrows of the passers-by and the memories of its owners. Broken pieces of cement, half-broken open windows, irons that bend. After all, only humans never bend. The aged woman with her tightly buttoned robe locks the door in the deserted house to keep out oblivion. She has been living alone for a long time, ever since that night when the wind blew strongly and took her life away. But she never bent either. How many hopes were born and prospered in dry soil? How many hands opened to grab tomorrow? How many breaths warmed the wrinkled palms, blurring the window panes of a cold room on a winter night? How many lonely sighs could not find their match? How many hearts were brought to their knees by the bitterness of centuries that hit them? And how many moons were smothered by dark nights? How many people left without a final farewell? And how many people arrived without a warning? How many of us are deprived of essential romanticism? We all walk our own path, but we carry the same sack, and we look to the end of the city, waiting for the sun to rise. It is 4:05, and somewhere out there, or somewhere deep inside us, dawn is breaking. Silences. After all, silences are always the ones that warn us. Ominous insights, sharp emotions, forgotten passions. Silences are the ones being heard wandering the rooms, the streets, the squares. Our silences unite and direct us away from the long, quiet nights, towards the safety of fuss, towards short and noisy days. And so our life passes quickly, under the fear of silences, and we eternally remain the lovers of the noise. Blessings in disguise. I am grateful for my sorrows, thankful for my losses. I do not seek absolute happiness, maybe because it is nowhere to be found. I only seek a bit of your smile, like a breath in a suffocating room, or like a day of spring in harsh winter. I seek and long for a mild climate, so that the fruits of my desires may flourish. I pray for a romantic moment, in a world where love is sold and bought. I beg tears to run from the springs of my eyes. For me, this will be a glaring sign that my childhood innocence has not yet dried up. I am grateful for my sorrows. I await more, blessings in disguise that timidly touch our souls. I seek the future and the promising tomorrow, always with a recollection of yesterday. I am grateful for my solitude. I reconcile myself to the bitter drink of nostalgia. Through the eyes of emptiness, I have looked into a life full of love. And so I always keep your photograph close, to remember the joy and await the redemption. I am grateful for my sorrows, thankful for my losses. For in a stagnant and endless sea of joy, how could I have ever survived? From almost to absolutely. The missed opportunities were hiding in the corners of our house, and the unspoken confessions were flying like birds around our balcony. The countless postponements were sitting on the old clock. It's unbelievable how they can all fit in a single life. The day was dawning, and the road was being revealed to us, but we were not setting off. It is a minimal distance from almost to absolutely. Almost good, almost bad, almost in love. Get away from almost, and take the hard and fair path of absolutely.